Haul the spaceships to Davenport, prepare for of anarchy, and interface with a couch in space. Space couch time! Once again, super happy. Also super happy for our advertisers. Brand new this week. It's Ligerhawk Records. LigerhawkRecords.bandcamp.com. You want to check out Bitman's 22-track new album, Pure Chip. You want to also check out Invictus's collection of Collision of Spirits. And Tommy Tantrum's Rolling Coal, Violator Elevator from 8-Bit Panda Strike, and also Gasoline Invertebrate covers Real American, the Hulk Hogan theme, and of course, Ligerhawk Records is Enter the Octagon 3 with one really cool track on it. We'll get into that in a second. Also sponsoring this week, it's Super 7, the coolest toys in all the land. You want to go to super7.com/Space Couch Show. You know, I'm always picking up stuff from them. This week I'll show you. It's Mongor from the Thundercats. In Ultimate, they released the picture I wanted to get because he comes with this huge flaming scythe. It's so dope. So check out that and a bunch of other great action figures and apparel and all sorts of stuff at super7.com/Space Couch Show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a minute since we had a superstar of Ligerhawk Records on the Space Couch Show, so it is with great anticipation we talk to today's guest. Please welcome Chuck from ZOVIN. What's going on?
Hey, how's it going? Thank you for having me.
Well, this is gonna
great. By the way, great introduction. I knew some of those guys.
Yeah,
I knew some of those guys.
Well, because they're on the label that you are on, but we'll get into that in a second. So we formerly called this segment of the show "Describe Your Vibe," but YouTube stole that phrase, so I've renamed it to encapsulate what you create. How would you describe ZOVIN and the offerings therefrom?
I basically tried to make something that I personally think. Of course, my drummer, I have him involved. I ask him sometimes, like, "Hey, what can I do with this song? What can you put your drums here?
Okay.
You know, you do your own thing, and you know, stuff like that." But ultimately, when I'm writing something, I try to create something that I think is beautiful and that I think is, you know, that makes me feel a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's overall, it's honest self-expression.
There you go. I love it.
Express myself absolutely honestly. Right.
Yeah, I mean, all the worst tracks.
Basically, that's what.
Okay, cool. I was just gonna say that. Like anytime I write a song that turns out bad, it means at some point I had the thought to myself, I think this sucks, but maybe somebody will like it. Like if I'm not being honest, you know, then that's how I get the bad stuff. But we'll cut in one of your tracks here. But one of my favorite things about discovering your music is that like every song is like 12 songs, like you're like genre wise all over the road, and I love it. How did you arrive? How did you arrive at such a unique sound?
I don't know. Oh, you think my sound's unique? Really? Oh,
I do. Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I appreciate those who appreciate me, so I appreciate you. All right.
All right.
Basically, I have a lot of different influences, you know, and I mean, back in the day, I was taking a lot of influences from a lot of bands that I liked, and I would try to put it in one. And then I discovered more bands with my old band. My old drummer showed me some really cool bands, and started getting a little more of a story, telling a story with the music itself.
Wow!
So you kind of go through whole ups and downs and all sorts of different emotions in one song, and singing in 5 different type of styles in one song. I've done that before, which is difficult. But I mean, it's just getting all those influences and wanting to create something like epic, you know, wanting to create something that I feel personally feels like my own little masterpiece. If the rest of the world doesn't appreciate it, I mean, that's fine. But because I'm just being honest, I'm just being my honest,
Yeah.
true self-expression of my sound art, you know?
Cool.
So,
Well, you've now are part of the Ligerhawk team, and recently remixed one of your older tracks for Enter the Octagon 3.
Tragedy, and they are ugly, putting all this effort to form a band.
What was it sort of like to revisit and retool older material?
okay, it was kind of like order and chaos together.
I love it.
It felt like I was imprisoned, but absolutely free at the same time.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it was very, because it was a song I already had recorded,
Right.
and it wasn't something, and I knew it had to sound a certain way. But I've played with a lot of different mixes, and I have like so many mixes and masters of it, and I put a lot of them up because some of them the drums are a little more pronounced, some of them the guitar's a little more pronounced, stuff like that. And so basically, it felt like it just felt. It is another nice combination of order and chaos. I was stuck doing this thing I've already been doing, but then I had the freedom to change it.
Fuck yeah. Like the yin and yang of music. I dig it. That's not a prelude to a new album or anything like that, is it? Like, do you have anything on the clip?
I'm actually working on. Well, here's the crazy thing. I'm very focused, and I could have a conversation about one subject for hours. I can but when it comes to creating music, I've become like very ADHD.
Okay.
So I have like 4 more out there, maybe 5 more that I'm working on right now, and I have songs written, and some of them are done for some of those albums, and then I'm working on a new album that's. The songs are in the process, I mean, it's all over the place, and it's hard to like just sit down and focus on one album, the one song, when I have 100 ideas of other things going on. But eventually, I'll get finished.
Hell yeah! Well, no, I can relate to that. It's a lot of plates spinning. One of those is it looks like you do live shows with ZOVIN, or is that a different band?
Yeah, I did that electronic show back. It was October.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'd like to. I did that with Panda and Invictus.
Yeah.
8-Bit Panda Strike and Invictus. Yeah, great time. I love those guys.
Yeah.
And basically, I haven't played live with the full band in some years, but we're planning on doing that again.
Oh, cool.
If there's any bass players out there.
All right, if you are in the northeastern Pennsylvania area down there on Earth, get in contact with our guest. Well, I'm glad you brought that up because 8-Bit Panda Strike, Invictus, Spew, the northeastern Pennsylvania seems to be like going off. Like, how would you describe the area musically or artistically?
I would say, there's so many talented people around here, and there's so many talented people. There has been for like years and years, and there's so many bands that I thought are around here that should have went somewhere, and should have got like a deal, and should have made it somewhere. Of course, didn't. And then there's so many bands that came and went, and there's so many talented people. And right now, there's a lot of talented people. I've been through all these music scenes in this area, and even I've played in Philly and New York and stuff like that. And this area it kind of breeds like people to write and breed some talent. But as far as like it getting exposed to like the whole world, it's a little difficult because it's the world's a strange place when it comes to like
it is
making it some more music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, but there's a lot of like you become friends and you get along, and then you do shows together, and then you play shows with other bands, you make new friends within the scene, and it's really cool. And I'd like to start getting involved with that a little more again than I used to be. But like I said, well, we have we're fine with fill-in bass players. That's fine, even if it's not permanent. Like we want temporary bass players for fun. That's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is there's so many talented people around there. There really is, and
Yeah.
I think it gets. I think it should be spread out more. More people should recognize it.
Yeah, I was so happy that northeastern Pennsylvania became this weird locus of this label that we're working on. Speaking of working, give me your workout routine. You jacked, man.
Oh no, I'm not that big. No, I'm okay. I'm just trying to stay in shape. You know what I mean?
All right.
Healthy body,
Yeah,
healthy
totally.
body, healthy mind. You know.
All right, because today was leg day for me.
Oh, well, good for you. Good for you. Leg days are tough.
Cool,
I basically make sure I go to the gym like regular, like almost every day, even every other day. Just if I go on a regular basis, even if I don't have a plan, but just go there and figure it out.
Cool.
And then go hard on something. You know what I mean?
All right. So much like your music, you're just all over the place at the gym. Lots of styles going on, if you will. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I should probably have a workout partner. Like, hey, this is what we should do. You know?
So if you're a bass player or workout partner, you can contact our guest.
Yeah.
And then we'll just get super random. What was your favorite childhood toy?
I would say either Godzilla.
Hell yeah.
Or my GI Joes.
Oh, love it. Perfect answer. I don't know if I could choose between those two, but well, speaking of choices, we're now going to careen into everybody's favorite feature, radiation round. No wrong answers. Say whatever you want. It's basically a lightning round, but lightning is exceedingly rare in space, so we had to rename it because we're all about science here on Space Couch. It took a lot of science to get this flying couch up into space. Chuck Zovin, we'll start here. Marvel or DC?
Marvel and Batman.
Marvel and Batman. Love it. For question 2, dig it. Difficulty increases. Creature from the Black Lagoon, Wolfman, Dracula, or Frankenstein?
Okay, you know what I'm going to have to pick?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to pick Frankenstein because Frankenstein is very overlooked of who he was.
Totally overlooked.
And I mean, Dracula is totally like, the story of Dracula is the real Dracula that existed. That story is like terrible, you know what I mean?
Right. But, lots of impaling.
Yeah, well, Frankenstein wasn't really, it's like a resurrected zombie, and it wasn't really his fault. He was just scary because he was like not dead anymore. But if you watch one of the movies, he was like nice, and he was like playing with kids and stuff, hella happy.
So he drops her down the well. But okay. But I love Frankenstein. Well, it's kind of like, it's almost like a ZOVIN track. Like it's all these different parts kind of put together to make this super powerful monster.
Hey, that's a good. There you go. Yeah,
and we'll close on this. What's the coolest gig you ever played?
Oh man, I played so many cool gigs. I played so many not fun gigs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go with the one where we opened for Ginger.
Cool.
And that was the last time I had my full band. Yeah, we opened for Ginger. They're from you. This was our first U.S. tour, and my friend from this small Irish pub. Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna get him in there. I'm like, are you sure? So we worked it out, and I already met that band like 5 or 6 times, 7 or 8 times. You know what I mean? But that was cool because they were like, wow, we're playing in a small little pub, and they were getting huge at that point. And they hung out with us the whole time, nice, and it was like, I mean, they knew me by face by then. I met them so many times because I started to really I like all sorts of different types of metal, different death metal and stuff. But that was cool because I posted them on Facebook, And the owner of the bar was like, "Hey, I'm going to get them in here." I was like, "Are you for real? Okay, can I open?" He's like, "Absolutely."
Hell
like,
yeah.
Okay.
Love it.
So
I
that
love it.
I'd say he gets the coolest one. Yeah.
Sick.
And
So
the
from
bass
the
player.
go on. What's that?
Oh well, the bass player came up to me. We were talking, and he goes, "Hey, I heard one of your songs," because they were like backstage a lot
Yeah.
and everything, or in the basement. And he was like, "I heard one of your songs, and I really liked it." And I was like, "Oh wow!" I was like, because I think we were all influenced in the same bands, and when he told me he really liked it, and he's really picky too. A lot of times they don't like the bands that they openly go into. Well, they're just picky. They're music snobs like we all are. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he told me he really liked one song I played, and I was like, wow. And I gave them like my albums and stuff. So I have a picture of Tatiana holding my album up next to me. Yeah,
That's cool.
It's cool. It's cool times.
So from the top, that was Marvel and Batman, Frankenstein for the win and opening for Ginger. And then we'll do everybody's second favorite feature, hypothetical spectacle. This is where we get weird and just sort of think of a hypothetical bizarre situation. Which today we'll do the Space Couch Classic, the musical influence bank robbery. So pretend that 4 of your main musical influences are getting together to rob a bank. I need to know who's going to be the getaway car driver, the smooth operator, like Face Man, like the guy that talks to the bank teller, the high tech hacker guy, like in the van, and the old school low tech safe cracker. So that's getaway car driver, smooth operator, high tech, low tech.
Okay, so first the getaway driver.
Yeah.
I think the getaway driver would be King Buzzo from the Melvins, because he's always driving.
I love it.
Yeah, he's always driving on tour. Drives the tour. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay, the smooth.
Yeah.
I don't know. The smooth talker. I would say Kurt Cobain, because he was so like nice.
Okay.
Like, he was so chill.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
he would just be like they would just give him money. Just don't even bother robbing the bank. You're cool, man. Okay. That's a good smooth operator. Oh wow, he's never come up when I've asked that question. That's a great answer. Okay, so who's the high tech guy who's like hacking the cameras and stuff?
Oh, let me see here. How about Johannes from Cult of Luna?
Oh wow, good reference. Wow, Cult of Luna. I haven't thought about them in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. He's totally high tech. And then who's like the guy with like the stethoscope cracking the safe, old school style?
Okay, I would have to say I'm gonna pick. Do you ever listen to Beck?
Beck, like Loser Beck or like Jeff Beck?
Like Loser Beck or like Loser Beck.
Loser. Okay. Yeah. Yes. He would have like a beer can. Okay. All right.
The album, I love Beck. He has really cool albums, you know. And he's
all right.
And totally influenced by the grunge days, he did his own thing. Yeah, he'd be the one I picked. Yeah,
he could open that safe with just 2 turntables and a microphone. That was stupid. So from the top, there would be King Buzzo from the Melvins, Kurt Cobain as the smooth operator. I love that. Cult of Luna as the high tech hacker guy, and of course Beck as the old school safe cracker. Perfect.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to bring this flying couch back on into the station shortly. But is there? We talked about the next question I have written down here is what's next for the mighty Zovin. We talked about how you're working on 3,000 albums at once. Is there anything else that you want to plug for our space audience?
Basically, I would like to do. I'd like to go to open mics more.
Okay,
I would
cool.
like to do the mic thing more, but I think I'm going to start. I'm going to start practicing and getting my voice on par. And there's a lot of songs I haven't played in like a long time, so I'm going to like practice getting my voice on par and start playing some open mics more. Maybe even looking for like extra bass players that way. And I'm hoping to get some gigs this summer with the full band.
Okay, awesome. Well, I know Vlad is always doing those open mics, but yeah, that's okay. Cool.
Yeah, and then there's that Nika scene thing I could go to. Yeah, so I'm thinking about doing some of that, and then there's some like shows. There's some like World Tour thing going on at Ritz Theater this summer, so I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna see because there's some bands to be announced, and they are, and some people doing it. So I'm gonna try to put maybe a little pressure on some guys, like my drummer and the other guys. Like, all we need is like a half hour or something. Let's get in there. You know what I mean?
Well,
so we'll see.
That'd be amazing. We love having you on Ligerhawk Records. So what did we learn today? Zovin has millions of musical influences. Invoked both order and chaos, which you can get now on Enter the Octagon 3, working on a ton of new albums. Napa Scene is going off. Godzilla and G.I. Joe are in this man's past as mine. Workout Machine, Marvel plus Batman, Frankenstein, Open for Ginger. One of the cooler bank robbery scenarios we've ever had on Space Couch. So yeah, man, I'm gonna close it out here. This has been really fun. Nice to internet meet you, and so that'll be it.
Yeah, you too.
This is Brian.
Next time you come in.
All right, cool. Yeah, no, let's definitely do a show next time I'm in the area.
I want to be on that show. I want to play that show. I'm playing that show with you.
You'll be what? I'm sorry.
I would like to play on that show with you. You know,
yes.
Good time.
We got to get like a showcase going. That would be like a little bit of. I got so excited I crushed a can of cool water. That's how good this band is. He's breaking random things in space. So this is Brian for Space Couch, for Chuck, for Zovin saying, call the spaceships to Davenport. Prepare for a Divanarchy and interface with the couch in space. Space Couch out. Space Couch out. Okay, so this is the outro credits, and I'll let you know when this goes up, which will be Sunday at 3